Hey there, it's Ernest and Fiona from Trip Astute. In this video, we're excited to share with you one of our recent adventures, swimming with whale sharks.
In August 2017, we took a trip to Riviera Maya on the east coast of Mexico, and top of our wish list was to swim with whale sharks. This has been a bucket list item for a while, and there aren't too many places in the world where you can do this, so we jumped on the chance to do it. We timed our trip well. Whale shark season spans May to September, meaning that we had a really good chance of seeing the sharks.
Whale sharks are the largest living species of shark, growing up to 41.5 feet in length and weighing up to 30 tons, around the size of a small bus. They are one of only 3 species of sharks that only feeds on plankton and usually live between 70 to 100 years old. While the name whale sharks sounds pretty intimidating, these gentle giants are actually very docile and have never been reported to attack humans. Our tour guide began by explaining that even if the whale sharks wanted to eat us, it would be physically impossible. While their mouths can be 5 feet long, the esophagus of a whale shark is tiny, around the size of a US quarter. So even if they preferred humans over plankton, they wouldn't have much luck swallowing us. With that in mind, we started to relax.
There were so many highlights from the trip, but here are some of the best bits. Number 1, Eco-Color Tours. Our day trip was run by Eco-Colors Tours, which has been operating whale shark tours for over 18 years. In fact, they were one of the first tour operators to run this excursion, so we felt in safe hands. The tours run daily, so it was easy enough for us to book the day of our choice. The staff were highly professional and super friendly. They did everything they could to make us feel safe throughout the trip. After a quick introduction and getting set up with wetsuits, we were loaded onto the boats. The guides were very well informed and gave us so many interesting facts about the whale sharks. They also warned us that unfortunately they can't control nature, so it wasn't guaranteed that we would see the animals. But they did try that they'd do their very best. This disclosure is also on the website, and they recommend taking the tour during the most active part of the season, which is mid-June through August. Apparently, sunny days are better than cloudy days, both for visibility and also because they usually only come to the surface when the sun's out. Number 2, swimming with the whale sharks. After an hour boat ride through the Gulf of Mexico, we reached the point at which the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico meet. This is an area that's really popular with the sharks. It's because the meeting of the two currents causes the plankton to rise to the surface, hence it being a nice little lunch spot for the sharks. There were so many boats all headed in the same direction. It felt like we were all on a pilgrimage to experience something truly spectacular, and we weren't disappointed. The excitement started to build as we became closer and closer to a large group of boats. Suddenly, our guides started pointing out to the ocean and getting people ready to start jumping off the boat. We immediately spotted sharks to our left, right, and all around us. There were so many in the water that day. When our turn came around, we were given the signal to jump in the water. As soon as we jumped in, we immediately saw a large whale shark, and we started to swim right alongside it. Whale sharks move at around 2 miles per hour, and they are very gracious with their movements. We snorkeled right up to it for a couple of minutes, before it was time to let another pair go. We were given a second chance in the water, and this time round was even more spectacular. Often, the sharks will feed vertically, which is also known as standing on their tail. This is where the sharks stay in one position for a while, and it's a great position to be able to see the shark eat. We were so lucky as we got to see this on our second sighting.
Number 3, Isla Mujeres. After a lot of adrenaline and excitement, we took the boat back towards the mainland and stopped at the beautiful Isla Mujeres for a quick swim and a ceviche lunch. Isla Mujeres is Spanish for Women Island and is around 8 miles off the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula. It's a tiny island spanning only 4 miles long and 650 meters wide. We didn't make it to the island, but had a great time swimming in the crystal clear waters surrounding it. We even spotted a starfish underneath us. The stop was a really nice touch to the day and was a great way to relax before heading back to shore. If we make it back to this part of Mexico, we'd love to spend more time on this beautiful island. If you're planning on taking a trip out to see the whale sharks, here are some of our top tips. Number 1, reserve your booking in advance and book through a trusted provider. When researching online, we found so many different companies offering whale shark tours. We ended up booking through Viator, which is a company owned by TripAdvisor that works with local tour providers around the world to coordinate online bookings. We generally prefer to book through trusted sources or recommendations from friends, family, and respected travel agencies, especially when traveling to a new country or city. It just gives us added peace of mind while traveling. Itinerary planning can be tough enough already, and it's just one less thing to worry about knowing that the tour is legit and trustworthy. We'll include a link below for Viator and also a direct link to the EcoColors website. Number 2, book a small group tour. As mentioned earlier, there are a lot of different tour options for swimming with whale sharks, but we opted for the small group tour operated by EcoColors, mostly because it was a smaller and more intimate group. There were 10 people on our tour, including a small crew of tour operator staff. We took turns jumping into the ocean with a partner, and of course the sharks. Due to the small size of the group, the number of sharks, and the number of boats on the water, we were given 2 jumps into the ocean. Number 3, take seasickness medication. We were warned by our tour guide of the high possibility of getting seasick while out in the water. We decided it was best to stop by a local pharmacy where we picked up some Dramamine medication. This helped, however I have to admit that I still got a bit sick. Being on the rough waters definitely got to me.
Number 4, opt for the wetsuit. You're required to wear a flotation device during the ocean swim, either a wetsuit or a life vest. We spoke to other people in our group who had done the experience before, and they highly recommended the wetsuit option. We were so happy with the choice. Even though it did cost $15 extra, it allowed us to get much closer to the sharks and to swim much faster. I'd only recommend this though if you are a good swimmer. Otherwise, it's best to stick with the life vest. Number 5, what to pack. We filled our day pack with travel towels, a change of clothes, sanitizing wipes, water, and most importantly, our GoPro. You do not want to miss the opportunity to capture this incredible experience. The boat does get pretty wet, so we'd also recommend you pack Ziploc bags to protect your belongings from water damage. There is also little shade on the boat, so make sure you stay hydrated and be sure to take a hat along with you. Another important thing to note is that you can't use sunscreen while out in the water. This rule protects the animals and the ocean from pollution, so it's best to cover up if you're sensitive to sun exposure. We both agree that this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience and another major bucket list item ticked off. If you're in the Cancun area, we'd highly recommend it.
We've posted Amazon links to some of the products mentioned in this video. TripASuit does get a small percentage if you use our links. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps the team continue to build content for this channel.
Have you been lucky enough to swim with whale sharks? Share your experience in the comments section below. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and we'd be happy to provide additional tips.
If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing today. It's completely free and you'll get notified when new content is released. Also, sign up for our newsletter for weekly travel articles, updates, and contests. Until next time, travel safe
and travel smart.